I'm Evan.
And I'm Jihad.
You're listening to the Intern Show on 92.5 The Bear. We haven't talked about NBA yet today, so we're going to be talking about some basketball. We're going to be listing, since the All-Star Game's coming up, we're going to be listing our top 5 MVP candidates. Go ahead and start with your number 5.
My number 5, this might shock a lot of people, but I look at his stats and I think it's, great. Kyrie Irving for the Cleveland Cavaliers, even though they kind of suck. They're not that bad this year. It's not like it's horrible, but yeah, I think he deserves it because, without him, they would be probably the worst team
They'd
ever.
have a few. Well, especially with Anderson Varejao injured. I like that pick with Kyrie Irving. My number 5 is David Lee of my Golden State Warriors. He's been really a really good performer in the beginning part of the season. He slowed down a little bit recently. Without him or Steph Curry, they hardly ever win without each other. But I like David Lee. I think he's really underrated. Go ahead with your number 4.
My number 4 is Chris Paul of the LA Clippers. He's the best point guard in the NBA. He's averaging
What?
good
No.
numbers.
He's not the best point guard in the NBA.
Who is then?
Who's the best point guard in the
Do
NBA?
not say Stephen Curry. If you say Stephen Curry because he's not a point guard, he's a shooting guard. He should not be your point
I'm not
guard.
going to say Stephen Curry.
Who, you going to say Derrick Rose?
No, I'm going to say Kyrie Irving.
Okay, Kyrie Irving is not the best point guard.
Yeah, he is.
No, he's not. He will be in like 3 years. But Chris Paul right now, I believe, is the best point guard in the NBA. With the assists-
Overrated.
Okay, whatever. With the assists and the points, I think he deserves to be in the top 5.
Okay, yeah, he has a good career. I mean, I liked him better in New Orleans, but
Oh, because they was playing for a losing team. That's why.
I don't know.
Okay.
Anyways, my number 4 is James Harden, who was a Thunder last year. Now he plays for Houston, the Rockets. Yeah, he hasn't been great up until this year. He's been pretty good. He won the 6th Man of the Year award, but he stepped it up. If you look at his numbers last year and this year, he is really great. I know he plays for the Rockets,
And he's starting too. He didn't.
I know
start
he's
last
starting, but he's really a good player.
Yeah.
I thought the Thunder should have given him more minutes when he was there. So I think he's definitely deserving of that title because without him, and Jeremy Lin stepped up too.
Yep.
Without them, they would still be a decent team because they have a lot of depth. But I think James Harden definitely should be in the conversation.
My number 3 is Carmelo Anthony of the New York Knicks. New York Knicks been very surprising this year, and it's all because of him mostly. He's been their playmaker mostly. He's been their scorer. So
Yeah, my number 3 is
Easily.
also Carmelo Anthony.
yeah.
He's definitely performed for the Knicks, especially when Amari was out. He was still winning games for them. They've slowed down recently, but he's still a great player, great point scorer, great rebounder. Like, he plays offense and defense. He's a complete player. So I like Carmelo Anthony as well. He was my number 1 earlier in the season, but I think 2 players have passed him up.
Yep.
But yeah, he's my number 3.
My number 2 is Kevin Durant. He scores. He's rebounding better now. So he's improving in that, and he's
best team in the West.
Yeah, and he's a scorer. So they're the best team, but not the best record in the West. But they're the best team.
They have the best record.
They have the best record in the West.
Yeah, they passed the Clippers. Well, actually, no, the
San Antonio-
Spurs.
Spurs
yeah.
have they just won.
Yeah.
They're 39-11, so they're 40-11, something like that.
I don't know. They're all really, really close within one game of each other.
Yeah, but KD, he scores a lot. He rebounds, so he's number 2.
Yeah, my number 2 is LeBron James of the Miami Heat. Very good player. He's the complete package. The reason why I think he's better than Kobe is because he can score and play defense, and he gets assists. Recently, Kobe, though, has picked up on his assist game. He's finally learning to pass the ball after, 14 seasons or something? Oh, good job, Kobe. Took you some other coach to figure that out or what? But anyways, LeBron has always been the best player, best athlete in the NBA at least. And he puts up numbers. He's a good teammate. If I were in the NBA and I could have one teammate that I could pick, I would pick him. So, yeah, I have LeBron James as my number 2. And what's your number 1?
My number 1 is LeBron James. He scores, as you said. He scores. He plays defense. He basically does everything for the Heat. He leads them in all 3 the major categories: points per game, assists, and rebounds. So he's doing everything. He's in the post a lot.
Yeah,
so
great position player.
Yeah. He could play. He could basically play all 5 positions.
Yeah, he could. He has the size and athleticism for everything. My number 1's Kevin Durant. I just think without him, the Thunder would be pretty weak. He has the best shot in the NBA, I believe. He's one of the best shooters in the NBA, at least in his position. He has great length. I know he's skinny and pretty. He's not very strong, but he has length and he does really well. I like Kevin Durant. I think he's the best player, and I think since LeBron won the MVP last year, I think he should win it this year. But yeah, anyways, I'm Evan.
And I'm Jihad.
You're listening to 92.5 The Bear, the Intern Show. I'm Evan.
And I'm Jihad.
You're listening to the Intern Show on 92.5 The Bear. Before we get into our topic, I just wanted to say, if you missed the show or missed any part of it, you can check it out on our YouTube channel at 92.5 The Bear, KBRE. And yeah, so we have our last break here. Every week we inform you guys on what movies are coming out this weekend, either at the downtown theater or the mall theater. This week we have 3 movies coming out. One is Top Gun in IMAX 3D. It's probably just a remake.
It's the remake of the...
It's the remake of the original. Yeah, Tom Cruise still in it. Mm-hmm. So, I'm not a big fan of remakes. I could do without the 3D. Mm-hmm. Go see it if you're a huge Top Gun fan. I'm a Top Gun fan, but I'm not going to go waste money on 3D effects.
Yeah.
So, anyways, next movie we have Side Effects with Rooney Mara and Channing Tatum. Rooney Mara was the girl from The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo. And Channing Tatum, is that hunk that all the girls love.
On what was that stripper movie?
Magic Mike. He was in Magic Mike and all sorts of stuff. G.I. Joe, all those sappy love stories. He's in them. But anyways, yeah, he's in Side Effects. It actually got great reviews so far. It's a mystery and suspense. It looks kind of scary, to be honest. It's a pill-popping drama that suddenly turns into something else. Definitely should see this movie if you're into Rooney Mara, Channing Tatum, or scary thrillers, mysteries, that kind of thing. The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo is similar. It had a lot of mystery and suspense, and a good comedy movie finally comes out that I'm looking forward to with Jason Bateman.
Is it PG-13?
No, it's R. It's Identity Thief with Jason Bateman and Melissa McCarthy. She basically steals his identity and goes on a shopping spree with it, and he has to travel across the country and find her and take her to the authorities.
Well, me and Evan, didn't we see that on when we went to the movies that time? And we saw it on the trailers. I remember seeing that.
We saw the
and I was like, this is going to be a freaking funny movie because Identity Theft is nothing to, it's not funny, but it's funny on this situation because she basically just steals his credit card, uses all his money, and then he gets the IRS on him, and he has to track her down to tell him, hey, my credit card is stolen, so he could prove it. So, it's pretty funny.
Yeah, definitely. Jason Bateman always does a good job with those. Yeah. I feel bad for him. His role in all the movies he's always the normal, average Joe guy that runs into bad news, horrible bosses, all these other movies. So, but yeah, Melissa McCarthy's pretty funny.
She was on The Bride.
She was on Bridesmaids. Yeah, she's been on a lot of other stuff, a lot of TV shows. She's been on TV for a while. But yeah, that should be really funny. It looks pretty cute. I'm going to go see that for sure this weekend. So, hope to see you guys there if you go. I'm Evan.
I'm Jihad.
You've listened to the Intern Show on 92.5 The Bear. Stay tuned for next week as we talk about more topics every Friday night from 10 to midnight. All right, have a good weekend.
Wapow!
I got to put that in there.
Yeah, no, right?